Hello guys, welcome to our channel Fun Plus Code. Today we are going to see about looping statements in Python. Before getting into the topic, if you are new to our channel, please subscribe to our channel, and if you really like the video, make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to click the notification bell, then only you will get instant notifications of our future videos. Without making further delay, let's get into the topic. First we are going to see what is meant by looping statements. Python supports basic looping statements through and iterative statements. Python language supports two types of iterative statements. First one is while and second one is for. Then what is meant by an iterative statements? An iterative statements are basically a decision control statements which is used to repeat the execution of a list of statements which is present inside the following loops like for, while and for. First, what is meant by while? We have to specify conditions inside while loop. If the condition is true, then it will execute the statements which is present inside while block. And before executing the statements which is present inside while block, we should check the condition. Okay? What if the condition is false? The control will jump out of the while loop and start to execute other statements which is present outside of the while block. Okay? We need to update the condition of the while loop. That means when the loop will end. Okay? In which condition the loop will end. We have to specify that. Okay? Because the while loop will execute as long as the condition is true. Note that if the condition is never updated and the condition never becomes false, then the computer will run into an infinite loop. Okay, this is the important points. Next, we are going to see what is meant by for. For loop is similar to while loop only, but in while loop, programmer does not know when the loop will end. It will execute the statements depending on the condition only. But in for loop, the programmer exactly knows how many times the loop will going to execute. But in Python, there is a difference in for loop syntax. Okay, for loop uses a range function. This function makes the loop more simple, expressive, and error-free. We will discuss about this range function in more detail while explaining programming. Okay, now we are going to see a real-time example for while loop. Consider a dinosaurs game. Let us consider we are starting a game. Dinosaurs will start to run. At that time, loop will start. Okay, and we keep on playing the game until the dinosaurs hit the obstacle, right? Here, we know the condition, but we don't know the ending, right? We don't know when will dinosaurs hit the obstacle. So, this is a real-time example for while loop. Next, we are going to see a real-time example for loop. Consider in a mobile manufacturing company, per day, the total number of mobiles they needed to produce is 500. Consider this example, okay? Just 500. That is, the daily goal is to manufacture 500 mobiles per day. The procedure for making mobiles is exactly similar for all those 500 mobiles, okay? And they have to repeat the same procedure to attain the daily goal. That is, they have to repeat the same process until they reaches the count of 500 mobiles in a day. That means per day 500 mobiles. Okay. Here they know the ending condition, like 500 is the ending condition. It is starting from 1 to 500. In this case, the programmer will go for loop. We can say this is a perfect example for loop. Okay. Now we are going to write a simple program for while and for by using PyCharm. In previous videos, I was using Python interpreter, but hereafter I am going to use PyCharm because it looks more professional than that. I will give link in my description. You can download it from there. And I will separately make video for Python interpreter and PyCharm IDE. Okay? Because hereafter we are going to use PyCharm only. Here first we need to create project. So click on the file. New project. Here you have to give the project name. Make sure it should be valid. Okay? Here I am going to give test. Click on create. It will take some time to build that environment. Okay, see, project was created with the name test. Here only we are going to write our code, but before that we have created a project, but we did not created a file yet. So we have to create file first. For that, right click on this project, test. Click on new and Python file. You have to select Python file because we are going to write Python, right? After that you have to give name for that Python file. You can create n number of files under this project name test or whatever project you are creating. Okay. under that project name you can create n number of files and you can work with that. Now I'm going to give example _1. Okay, this is my first file. Here first I'm going to write a program for while. Okay, as I said before, you have to initialize first. So I equal to 1. While I'm going to give condition I is less than or equal to 5. I'm just giving a condition like I is less than or equal to 5 colon. I want to print that I value. And one important point here is you have to increment the I value or you have to update the I value. For that I am simply giving I equal to I plus simply 1. Okay. Here I is the variable name, equal to is the assignment operator, 1 is the value. I am just assigning 1 to I. And while is a keyword. This is again a condition I is less than or equal to 5. Okay. And this part is the indentation part. Here I am just simply printing the I value. In previous video I was talking about this variable, keywords, operators and this indentation and all. If you want to check that video, please click on the I button and watch the previous video. You will get clear idea about what is meant by indentation and all. Okay. Now explanation for this program is, first it will start from here, I equal to 1. Okay. Value of I is 1 for now. Next while I is less than or equal to 5. Okay, first I1 is less than or equal to 5. First it will check for, okay, I's value is 1. So 1 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, true. It will go inside the loop. It will print I. Oh, okay. Now I's value is 1. So it will print 1. Next, we have to increment the value. Otherwise it will go under infinite loop. Okay, remember that you have to give this statement inside while loop. Okay, if you give the statement outside the while loop, it does not take that. One point. Again, it will go under infinite loop. Next, I's value will be incremented after this line. I plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Now I's value is 2. So again, it will go here. Okay, 2 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, the condition becomes true. It will come here and print 2. Next, 2 plus 1 is 3. So now I's value is 3. So again it will comes here. 3 is less than or equal to 5. Okay, it will print I's value is 3. Next it will come here. 3 plus 1 is 4. And now I's value is updated 4. So 4 is less than or equal to 5. And it will print 4. Again it will come here. 4 plus 1 is 5. Now I's value is again updated. It will come here to check the condition. Okay, 5 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, true. It will print 5 here. After that it will come again here to increment the value or to update the I's value. Now 5 plus 1 is 6. Right? Now I's value is 6. Again it will come here. Now it will check the condition. 6 is less than or equal to 5. No, the condition becomes false. So it will come out of the loop. Okay. After the while loop we did not write any statement here. If you want any statement, you can write a number of statements inside the loop and outside the loop also. For now, I didn't mention any statement after while loop, so it will come out of the loop and it will end the program. I'm going to run the program. For that, you have to click run and here. Otherwise, you can give Alt Shift F10. Okay, it will ask for which file you are going to run. Because as I said before, you can have n number of files or n number of Python files or n number of HTML files under one project. So as of now, I have only one file under the project name test. So I'm clicking example 1. Yeah, it is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, as I explained before. Here, the numbers are printing, line by line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in next line, right? I want to print all of the numbers in same line with a space. For that, what can I do? Simply you can give here in the print line, I'm just simply giving end equal to, then double quotes, I'm giving space. Here end is a keyword. You should not give any other name like A, B, C, E, N and all, okay? You have to give end because end is a keyword. You have to give end only. Equal to, within double quotes, I am mentioning simply space. You can give here comma or slash or whatever you want you can give. So now I am giving space. Now I am going to run the program. You can run the program by clicking here also, or else you can simply press Shift F10, that's it, or Alt Shift F10. If you are using Windows 10, you have to use Fn Shift F10. Okay, this is the shortcut keys to run the program. Okay, see, 1 space 2 space 3 space 4 space 5. This is a simple example for while. Okay, we can see example for infinite loop. As I said before, if you did not use this statement here, it will go for infinite loop. See what will happen, right? It will keep on printing 1 1 1 1 1 because, okay, let me stop this before explaining. Why? Because it will come here, okay, I equal to 1. First it will check, okay, 1 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, true. It will come here, print I. I's value is 1. Again it will go here. Now also I's value is 1. It is not updated yet, okay? 1 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, true. And again it will print 1. It will keep on checking whether 1 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, true. It will keep on running the loop. What I'm trying to say is, the loop will not end. It will keep on giving a result as true because 1 is always less than or equal to 5 only because we are not updating I's value right here. So we have to update I's value. Here you have to give this statement inside the while loop only. And you should not give this statement outside the while loop. And you have to give the statement. You should give the statement inside the while loop. So this is a simple example for while. As I said before, you can create n number of files under your one project. So I'm going to create one more file under this project for your understanding. Right click here, new Python file, and I'm giving example 2. Okay. Because now we are going to see an example for loop. For I in range. Okay, here for loop we are using range function. As said before, we have to use range function for loop. This is simply a variable. Okay, you can give any variable here. You can write this range function in 3 different ways. Okay, since this is a function, you have to pass parameters. If you did not pass parameters, you will get error. Okay, you have to pass at least one parameter here. Okay, 3 different ways is you can pass 1 parameter inside the range function, or you can pass 2 parameter inside range function, or you can pass 3 parameter inside range function. Okay, we can see examples for all of the 3 types one by one. First, we can see example for passing only 1 parameter. For I in range, I am giving 6. Okay. Now I am going to print that I value. Simply I am going to print that I value. What is the meaning of this? For I in range of 6. I is simply a variable, and this range, what is meant by this range? Okay, it will print result from 0 to 6 because it will take, if I pass only 1 parameter inside range function, it will take a starting number as 0 and ending number as n minus 1, like 6 minus 1 is 5, right? So it will print numbers from 0 to 5. It will defaultly take starting value as 0 and ending value as n minus 1. If you are giving 10, it will take 10 minus 1, 9. If you are giving 6 here, it will take 6 minus 1, 5. Okay, so it will print from 0 to 5. Let me check. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We can see an example for second type. Okay. We can pass 2 parameters inside the range function. As I said before, I want to give 1, 10 and I want to print values in single line. So I am going to give end equal to double quotes space. Okay. Here 1 is a beginning value and 10 is a ending value. So it will print value starting from 1 and ending with 9. Here also n minus 1 concept. Okay, 10 minus 1 is 9, right? So it will print starting from 1 and ending with 9. Let's see. Yes, 1 to 9. Okay. Next I am going to pass 3 parameters. as the arguments inside range function. Okay, 3 parameters starting from 1 to 22. Here 1 is a beginning value, 20 is the ending value, and 2 is the step. Here step means it will print 1 to 20 minus 1, 19, right? And it will increment values by 2. Yes, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7, and it goes on. So this is a starting value and this is a ending value, 20 minus 1, so okay, 19, right? And this is an increment, okay? And this is a simple example for loop. I was explaining a real-time example for while and for, right? Do you people think any other example for while and for? Please let us know in the comment section, because I am ending this video here. That's all about today's video, guys. I'm ending this video here. If you have any doubts, please let us know in the comment section. And I was talking about that real-time examples for while and for, right? If you people think any other examples for while and for, please let us know in the comment section that too. And I'm ending this video here. Bye-bye. Take care.